Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Why don't we get things started by all rising and singing together, Spirit-led, Spirit-fed.
You may be seated. Yeah, okay. Well, we have a special, lots to celebrate today. Lots going on and lots to celebrate. Where are all the people on this side? We're all like concentrated over here. All right. This is for the late people. They can come sit in here. All right. Well, let's just take a moment and, let me introduce, please, to my left, it's Pat Webster, who is our future minister team member, who is going to light the Divine Light candle as we say our opening invocation together, which is in your program or on the sheet that's in the seat back in front of you. Take a moment and just look at that. Yeah, let's go ahead.
Here we go. And as we light the candle, connect with that divine light in you. Those of you who are online, if you want to join us, please do that as well.
All right, so let's just take a moment and breathe into our heart center. And together, there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence. Let's just breathe that in for a moment and feel that presence, feel that peace, feel that love that is supporting us, guiding us, that is our very essence. And when we connect with that, we are filled with a sense of peace, divine order, and love. And then we can radiate out to the world. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you. And if I may have the Loveland Cohen family to come up here, and we're going to, it's the first Sunday in Advent. We're going to light the first candle. And we have here Mr. Dana Cohen,
Woo!
Juliet Cohen, and Olivia Zane Cohen. And we're going to say hello first for the people who are live streaming. I have a feeling there's a lot of people on the live stream today, either YouTube or Facebook. Hello, we're with you. We really appreciate you being here, and we're connecting with you in this moment.
Yes.
Sup?
You can take your mask off up here.
Yes. Okay. And so we begin our 4-week journey into Christmas. the season when people all over the world gather to celebrate the sacred light. Today we will light our first Advent candle. Then each Sunday we will light one more candle than the week before, as we symbolically celebrate the birthing of light in our lives and in the world. This is the first week of our awakening into oneness consciousness.
Today, we light our first candle, representing the divine quality of faith. With faith, we open to possibilities of tremendous good, the possibility of heaven on earth. We see divine light illuminating our communities and awakening in the world. Our faith and expectation opens up a way for its fulfillment.
In the words of Charles Fillmore, faith is spiritual assurance, the power to do the seemingly impossible, the assurance of things hoped for. We give thanks, and so it is.
So it
It
is.
is. Thank you, Loveland Cohen family.
I surrender. I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love.
Ooh. Ooh. Surrender. Surrender. Surrender into the arms of love. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Anything we need to release. Maybe the little ka-chucks of getting here. Maybe big concerns that we have in our heart right now. As we remember the lighting of the Advent calendar, a candle of faith. Anything is possible. And where we've been carrying it, we just really let the divine of us have it. Taking that weight off of our human body, shoulders and heart. Surrendering those to the divine of us. And taking a big, deep breath, connecting with that love, that joy, which is the divine's greatest desire for us, that wisdom, and that peace. We settle ourselves into that divine quiet as we open our hearts to be in that divine, to receive, in that divine place and to give out and spread the joy and love in that divine place. Coming to your place of quiet connection with the divine right now. And feeling that deep connection of the divine of us, remembering that all our hearts are connected with all of us here and all of us everywhere. And in that connection, send some love and energy to anybody who you especially want to connect with. And send divine love to from that place in you. Because we know, even when they don't know it, it's been research-based. They get better, feel better. Wow. What power, what energy. So connecting with those people and saying their names quietly aloud. And with that done, begin to open your eyes and return to the waking world, bringing your presence to the here and the now in this room. Doing a little stretch if you need to. And making eye contact with at least one person to your left and one person to your right. Beholding the divine in them and knowing that the divine in you is being seen. And so it is. And we move now to our vision and mission, words of which are also found on the front page of this sheet and are on your PowerPoint for those of you who are with us online. Our vision. We envision the divine light awakening in all. Our mission. We center in peace and love. We connect in our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey toward wholeness, and we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. And so it is.
So this song is pretty much brand new. I co-wrote it this month with Amy Steinberg. I was just sitting at home one day and just noodling on the piano, sort of like I just did behind the meditation. And I came up with a melody that I liked, and I recorded it, and I emailed it to Amy down in Asheville. And I guess it was a couple of hours, but it only felt like a couple of minutes. She emailed me back. She had come up with a verse and a chorus and altered my initial melody. And in a few days, I added a second verse and a bridge. And this song has been sort of a balm to my spirits because over COVID, I have been struggling with depression. I had suffered a series of losses. I lost my mom, my dad, and my two best friends in a span of 3 years. And that was followed immediately by COVID. So when you're in a place where you're feeling totally abandoned and isolated and alone, and then it's literally the law, you have to be totally isolated and alone. Not the best of environments to try to deal with that. And so it's been a challenge. But this song has really, really helped me. And I just hope that it speaks to anyone out there. It's called Butterfly. When the seasons come to pass, turn my wings and fly so fast, so high, ride the wind. When it's time I hear the cold listening, I fall up into what will be. Don't ask why, I just enjoy the ride. And when it's time, I rise like a butterfly. Like a butterfly, I ride the wind. Begin again. Like a butterfly, like a butterfly, I ride the wind. Begin again. When I feel that I'm alone, like my heart has turned to stone, so hard I go high. When I close my eyes and breathe deep inside, I finally see the truth. Change will come. I don't ask why, I just enjoy the ride. And when it's time, I rise like a butterfly. Like a butterfly, I ride the wind. Begin again. Like a butterfly, like a butterfly, I ride the wind. Begin again. Every life is a cocoon that we have spun. Every day we must decide, will we slumber in the safety of the same, or spread our wings and learn to fly? Don't ask why, I just enjoy the ride. And when it's time, I rise like a butterfly. Like a butterfly, I ride the wind. Begin again. Like a butterfly, I ride the wind. Thank you.
Sandy, that was so beautiful. Thank you. Just so beautiful. All right, so today we have the pleasure of having with us Mark Malachi, I'm inviting up to lead us in the blessing. Tonight is the first night of Hanukkah. He'll explain a little bit about that and share with us the blessing of the first night. All right, Mike.
Well, the joy is mine to be here with all of you and to initiate the celebration of Hanukkah, which is all about light and miracles. And so I'm going to light the shamash, or the helper candle. And just a linguistic thing, I used to confuse that with the word shemesh, which means sun. You can see they're related, but shamash is helper, shemesh is sun, if you are interested. So about 150 years before the birth of Jesus, Jerusalem was invaded by the Syrian Greeks. And the king of Syria, King Antiochus, forbade all the Jewish people from performing their religious customs. And one of the major things was keeping the Ner Tamid, the sacred light that was a symbol of the everlasting light that, of course, never burns out, but if you want it to exist in the third dimension, it helps to have something aflame, like this Advent candle or this shamash. And so in order to get the Ner Tamid lit, they could only find a tiny amount of oil. And that tiny amount maybe would last 2 hours, 3 hours, but they needed it to last 8 days so they could reconsecrate the temple. Because there were a lot of prayers to say and songs to sing, and it was, just a normal Jewish thing which involves a lot of singing, dancing, and eating. So they lit the small amount of oil, and they just had faith that the oil would last long enough, and in fact, it did. This little amount of oil that would barely last a couple of hours lasted for the full 8 days. They were able to reconsecrate the temple and make what was unholy holy again. And so we light the Hanukkah menorah, one extra candle each day for 8 days. So tonight is the first night, so we light the first candle. And just so you know, this is the helper, so this stays lit anyway, so that you don't count that candle. We'll light one candle tonight, and tomorrow night, 2 candles, following night, 3 candles, all the way until the 8th night, when all the candles are lit. And that celebrates the light of God, the light that exists in all of us, the light that we know and feel as the truth of reality. And so I will light this blessing, and if you know it, please join me. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. And there are two other blessings. I'm just going to do that one blessing, but the other blessing, one is to celebrate miracles, because a great miracle happened. This tiny amount of oil lasted the whole time necessary to rededicate the temple, and so it was a great miracle. And the other theme is just light. So, and I'll just say a word about miracles. I think I brought a dreidel with me. Do I have it somewhere? Oh, here it is. It is in my pocket. And a dreidel has a little spinning top. It has 4 sides to it, and each side corresponds to the Hebrew sentence, Nes Gadol Haya Sham. A great miracle, Nes is a miracle, happened there. And if you care, in Israel, their dreidels say, Nes Gadol Haya Po, a great miracle happened here. But we have dreidels that say, Nes Gadol Haya Sham, a great miracle happened there. And it's a game you play, and if it lands on one of those sides, you either put more money or candy in the pot, or you could get half the pot back. You can get the whole pot. So it's a fun little game that kids used to play, and well, kids still play. I used to play it. And here's the dreidel. And we just want to celebrate the miracles that happen, just like it happened 2,100 years ago. They happen today. They happen right now. And we'll hear more about that from our wonderful minister. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. It's so wonderful to have you up here again, right? To hear your voice and to feel your presence. Hopefully that came across for you, joining us online. So 'tis the season of miracles. You know, we've heard about the Hanukkah miracle, a little bit of oil lasting all 8 days as an affirmation to the Jewish people. And now we're headed directly into Christmas. So the Christmas miracle for traditional Christians, they celebrate the birth of the Christ, who for them became the Savior. And a lot of miracles in that story, right? Beginning with Mary, right? The virgin birth. Lots of miracles that Jesus is reported to have performed during his lifetime, and then ending with the largest miracle of all, resurrection. So, you know, it's kind of tempting to think that miracles happened only in ancient times and only for religious people. But the truth is, miracles are happening today, in our world today. All over the place. They're happening here and now. First of all, there are medical miracles that we hear about, you know, every now and then, like that our friend Matt Jones, who came to visit us a few weeks ago and shared with us his miracle of really recovering from stage 4 cancer. He was on his deathbed. You know, his family, if you remember, how many people were here and heard his talk? Yeah. His family was called to come and say their final goodbyes. And then suddenly, whoop, he had a miracle. And he completely recovered. And I mean, he had to learn to walk and talk again, but in a few years, he was running a marathon. A few years after he was on his deathbed, he was running marathons. So he attributes it to fully accepting the idea that God loves him so much, that God loves us all so much, and that when we accept that love completely, that miracles happen naturally. Many of you have heard of Anita Moorjani. How many of you have heard of Anita Moorjani and her story? Very similar story, where her body was completely riddled with cancer. She was down to 85 pounds, couldn't eat. Her lungs were filling with fluid. She went into a coma. And in the hospital, she died. She was clinically pronounced dead. Obviously, we're hearing about the story, so we know it doesn't stop there. She became conscious of the room. She became conscious. Her consciousness began to expand. She was aware of all the people around her, the people who were working on her body. And then she transcended into this higher dimension where she said she felt immersed in the most exquisite, glorious, beautiful love. And instead of staying in that exquisite, beautiful, glorious love, she decided to come back into her cancer-riddled body. Because at that moment, she knew what had given her the cancer, and she knew how to cure it. She knew how to heal herself. And so she came back, she recovered. In 5 months, she was cancer-free. The doctors were like, we don't know. We don't know what that's about. She attributes it to this idea of loving herself. She loved herself back to health. And she shares this with as many people, who will listen. This healing power of love, loving ourselves and being in that energy of love. It's healing. So miracles are happening all the time, all around us. And they don't have to be these big resurrecting from the dead kind of miracles. They can be just little blessings that are all around us and in our lives, everyday miracles, that add up to one huge miracle of life itself. A beautiful sunset, fall colors, the unconditional love parents have for their children. A phone call from a best friend when you really, really need it. Inspiring music. Forgiveness offered to someone who's not even expecting it. All of you here. What else? What else could we add to that list of everyday miracles? Anybody? Chris? Smiles are a miracle because of the way that makes you feel and makes other people's feel. Yeah. Olivia?
Getting through college.
Getting through college can be a miracle for a lot of people. Juliet?
Dropping out of college.
Dropping out of college, because then you find the path that you were really meant to find.
Last night I was driving home on a long trip and very tired, and just prayed for energy to finish the trip. And a really good friend that we had said we would catch up with sometime called, and our conversation lasted until I pulled into my driveway.
Oh, yes. Miracle. In case you didn't hear, she had a long drive home and was feeling very tired, and she called and talked to a friend, and that.
No, the friend called me.
The friend called you. The friend called you. That was the miracle, right? The friend called you. And that conversation enlivened her until the full drive home. Anybody else? Everyday miracles? Danielle?
Recovery from addiction.
Recovery from addiction. Yeah. Right.
Things or desires just happening, showing up when you don't even expect it. Like you're looking for something and it comes.
Yeah.
It happens. It comes and
Right.
from the least expected.
Yeah, like grace. That's grace, right? Everyday grace. You're just not even expecting it. Suddenly, wow, something really cool happens. Yeah. So again, miracles are happening all around us, all the time in our lives. We just need to pay attention. We just need to recognize them. As I was talking about last week, we need to receive them. You know, we need to open our hearts and receive them. So many miracles pass through our lives and go unnoticed because we're so busy focusing on what's missing, what's wrong, you know, what needs to be fixed. We need to go on miracle alert, right? Let's go on miracle alert. In fact, let's say that together as an affirmation. I am on miracle alert. One more time. I am on miracle alert. Yeah. And the amazing thing is, the more you're looking for them, the more they show up. And the more that the universe seems to give you. You know, it's like, she's paying attention. You know? She's really focused on the good. Well then, here you go. So the Course in Miracles defines a miracle as a shift in perception. A shift in perception from fear to love. And I just love that definition. I think as Anita Morjani would say, you know, that's the big lesson in this lifetime is releasing fear. It's releasing fear and knowing everything really is okay, that we can't get it wrong, that there really is no real death. And when we release that, fear fades, and we can embrace the love that is present in every moment and in every relationship. So this idea of a shift in perception, you know, it's like, how is that a miracle? Shifting consciousness, shifting perception. But when your mind is consumed with fear, or thoughts of limitation, lack and limitation, or you're feeling alone and bereft, opening to the side, shifting your consciousness to see the all-providing nature of divine love, and to know that that is the essence of everything, that it is our essence, that's huge. That's freedom. That's the consciousness of abundance that prospers. That's the love that heals. That's the love that heals. So when awareness of oneness really brings our minds back to its natural state, an awareness of oneness brings our minds back to its natural state. When we become aware of who we truly are. Who are we? Who are we? We are that infinite divine presence expressing. When we become aware of that, we see the possibilities. And not only that, but we are empowered to act on those possibilities. Because it's one thing to be aware of the possibility, and another thing to have the agency, to feel empowered to actually act on those possibilities. So my favorite part of passage in A Course in Miracles goes like this. You are entitled to miracles because of what you are. You will receive miracles because of what God is. And you will offer miracles because you are one with God. Your claim to miracles does not lie in your illusions about yourself or depend on any magical powers you have ascribed to yourself, nor on any of the rituals you have devised. It is inherent in the truth of what you are. It is implicit in what God is. It was ensured in your creation and guaranteed by the laws of God. This is profound. That's profound. We're entitled to miracles because of what we are. Infinite divine love expressing. But if we don't remember that, if we're indulging in the illusion, all bets are off. The illusion of separation, that we're separate from our source, that we're separate from each other, that we're separate from our good. That puts us in a place where we can't see the miracle. I can't see it. It's there, but I can't see it. I can't accept it. So if we want to experience the miraculous, we need to remember who we truly are. Infinite divine love expressing. Let's say that together. I am infinite divine love expressing. Yeah. So I want to look at this from just a little different perspective. So, when you have, sometimes they call a demonstration or a manifestation or, the answer to your affirmative prayer, right? That can feel like a miracle when that happens. Yeah, it is. So since my daughters are here today, I thought I would share. She's going, huh? Well, I thought I'd share the story of maybe how they got here. Not how they got here this morning, although that's a miracle. How they got here originally. So when I finally found the man that I wanted to have children with, I was sort of on the waning edge of the whole reproductive cycle kind of thing. So, we definitely wanted to have children. It was our heart's desire to have a family. That was our intention. We just couldn't even imagine not having that. We wanted children so bad. And so we did what we needed to do that. You start slow. You start with the non-invasive things, like taking your temperature and see the ovulation thing. And then it graduated to more, aggressive methods, more invasive methods, tests and methods that we did for 4 years plus. And it just wasn't working. And at some point, we just said, maybe we just need to let go of how we envision this happening. Our attachment to how the specific way that this is supposed to come about. And so at that point, we started thinking about adoption. And we kind of were beginning that process when we heard about a friend of ours who was also trying to get pregnant, went to this doctor in Tarzana, we lived in Southern California, who got pregnant. And she told us about the doctor, and I think she gave us this fertility doll. Was it? They gave us the fertility doll, the African fertility doll, which we took home and had there, and then we went to see the doctor, and he was having a lot of success. He had kind of a little different way of doing things, and also the thing about him, I remember him holding my hand and looking in my eyes and saying, I really hope this works for you. I'm going to do my best. I see this working. He was like praying with me. It was the most beautiful thing. And so we did it, and it worked really well. 9 months later, birth to twins, and here they are, beautiful. Beautiful young ladies. So was that a miracle? Yes. Was it a medical miracle? Yes. I often believe, I think sometimes, our prayer work does come about through modern medicine or holistic things or many different ways it can come about. Was it as a result of a work in consciousness, the holding of the intention, the affirmative prayer work that I was doing, the consciousness, the heart's desire that we were both embracing? Yes. Most definitely, yes. It is that work in consciousness, the shift in consciousness, that's where it all starts. That's where the miracle begins. We shift our perception And miracles occur naturally. Our world transforms from one of fear and limitation and impossibility to one of love and abundance and limitless possibilities. A shift in perception, a shift in consciousness. So we can think about our prayer work this way. The manifestation of our heart's desires, we can think about this way when we're doing our prayer work, that it is a natural process. It's the result of a shift in consciousness, and it is no more or less a miracle than the sunrise. It's as natural as the sunrise. So I am shifting my consciousness to see the possibilities. And I know that the realization of this is as natural as the sunrise. So I want you to think right now about something that you would like to have blossom in your life. Something come to fruition. Something, an answer to a prayer, whether that's physical or, more peace in your life, or financial, or in your career, or in a relationship. Bring to mind something that you would like to see come to fruition. Everybody got something? All right. Breathe in that moment. Breathe it in. Think about that. Opening to the possibilities that are here. We're shifting our awareness. We're shifting our consciousness to see the possibilities and embracing that and knowing that that is as natural as the sunrise. Okay, and now we're going to affirm this together. We're going to use the power of our word, to affirm this together. The manifestation of this good is as natural as the sunrise. Together? The manifestation of this good is as natural as the sunrise. I am entitled to miracles because of what I am. I am entitled to miracles because of what I am. And so it is. Yeah. Namaste.
So Victoria asked for a list of miracles. This is mine. I see wonders all around me. I see miracles each day. When I'm startled by the thunder, when I stop and feel the rain, I see miracles around me. I see wonders near and far. From the faint first light of daybreak to the night so filled with stars, God paints his wonders on the canvas of the world. The portraits are for all of us to view. If you stop and look around, you'll see them too. I hear magic in the laughter as the children run and play. Live living life so full of wonder, and enjoying each new day. When the whippoorwill is calling and the nightingale replies, and there is magic all around us that the night cannot disguise. God places music in the love within our hearts, symphonies for all of us to hear. When you listen to the song, you'll have no fear. Miracles and magic fill the moments of our lives if we would just open up our eyes. With the changing of the seasons, with the rising of the sun, we're reminded of the wonders as each new day is begun. So when you are facing hardship and you don't know what to do, find the miracles around us that God put here for me and you. God paints his wonders on the fabric of our lives. There are marvelous, great deeds we're meant to do. There are wonders far and wide, magic deep within abides. There are miracles inside of me and you. Miracles inside of me and you. Thank you.
Gorgeous, Sandy. Gorgeous. Thank you. And speaking of miracles, there is the miracle of abundance and prosperity. There's, are you getting a lot from being here and from this community? Want to give back, and that means you're going to get something back you don't even expect? That's how it works. So it's time now to share our gifts. And there's a number of ways that you can give, which are, if you're online, they're posted there. If you're a sustainer, you can just hold this up. And we so appreciate all the people that we can count on to sustain our community. If you have something you want to put in a little envelope, the little brown envelope on the back of the chair in front of you, you can do that. And you can also text. That's what I do sometimes, text. And Unity Online, and text. Number of ways to give. And so with that thought in mind, let's hold whatever we're giving up to our heart and bless our gifts. This little ceremony of blessing, which is on the bottom page of your program or online. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I receive, all that I give, and all that I am. So it is.
so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Okay. That's true. All right. Thank you. All right, so let's just feel that energy of love pouring through our hearts and out into, through our hands and towards these bowls as we just bless this. This is an energy of love, the manifestation of love and givingness and a feeling of generosity and support and this connection of us all with each other and with the source of all good. It's a miracle. And so it is. Thank you. And if I don't think anybody's here for the first time today. So if anybody is joining us online for the first time today, welcome. Thank you for being here. And if you would just say hello in the chat and maybe put your name, and our wonderful greeter, Debbie, will reach out to you and share any information about us that you would like. And in the meantime, just enjoy this service, and thank you all for being here and helping to co-create this experience together. All right, one more time, Sandy Hemingway.
Close my eyes and I can see the world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. Think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build, every room inside is filled with things from far away. The special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. And they can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me, a million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make. Thank you.
Too many things in my ears, around my ears. In there. I got it? I don't know. Okay. Everybody hear me?
There you go.
Everybody hear me?
Yeah, let's just do this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. That's still on. Watch it go.
Ah, sounds like it's on?
Yeah.
You got me, Hudson? Yay. A million dreams, only a million dreams. Thank you, Sandy. And speaking of a million dreams, and speaking of miracles coming back to us, here's what's going on in our little world and growing world right here, right now. First of all, we've got our UCP annual GoFundMe campaign. And we're raising money to get back in the black. We've had this little thing called COVID, and we need to raise $6,000, and we're about 24 to 27% there. And this is the last day. So if you've been sitting around going, I think it is on November 30th, doesn't it? Or
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's
Yeah.
the 30th.
3 days. You got 3 days, but pretend it's the last day. If you've been thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, there's time. Well, it's time. And when you get these wonderful gifts back, just like Unity always is giving back, if you give $40 to $99, you get a little 3-inch selenite round candle holder. This is the selenite. Oh, no, selenite's gone. There's pictures online, and there's pictures in the back, I think. If you give 100 to 140, 2 elegant crescent moon selenite candle holders. 150 to $299, a 12-inch selenite candle. And $300 or more, you got a double tower. I've seen that. It's pretty amazing. So you can go to unitychapelhill.org to see how you can contribute. And we really ask for your help, knowing that it'll come back to you in many, many ways as it is already. So thank you for that. Reverend Pat Venema is offering Unity Prayer Chaplain training starting tomorrow night, November 29th. Is this the 28th? Yeah. 7 to 9 p.m., and it'll go through December 20th. Now, Reverend Pat when she went out to seminary at Unity Village, she worked in their Silent Unity prayer place. So being an active, really learning how to pray with people. We are so amazingly blessed to have her here and have her teaching about affirmative prayer and how to pray with other people. And for me, that's one of the biggest miracle givers that I've encountered since I came to Unity. So, and it also is just another step in our own spiritual development. I'm on the prayer team, and you know, when I pray with people, it just comes right back to me. So if you want to take a deeper step in your spiritual development, sign up. This required class, if you want to be part of our prayer chaplain team, and we could really use some great prayer energy, prayer people energy, please sign up for this class. We invite you to. The suggested love offering is $75, and nobody will be turned away. And once again, you can register at unity.org events. And, you know, Sandy, you reminded us this morning that sometimes we go through hard times. And Unity invites us to acknowledge those. We're not one of those, you know, we don't say, oh, sweep it all under the rug. We acknowledge it so we know how to deal with it. And Nathaniel's, let's see, how do you say it? Nathaniel's is going to offer a facilitated holiday support group. So many shoulds about how holidays should be. Families should love each other, get along, holidays should be fun. I remember in the early days of my marriage, I was in therapy, and I was going, wah, 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 wah. And my therapist said to me, where did you learn about marriage? I said, in the movies. Well, sometimes we learn about how Christmas is supposed to look from those Hallmark shows, movies. And there are holidays bring up stress, and some families aren't happy, and some memories aren't happy. And we feel like we're supposed to feel like happy, but sometimes we don't. So if you think that you can be challenged during this holiday season by any of these scenarios, please consider joining up to Alt's group. Alt is has expertise in facilitating groups, and so I invite you to join him and do that. They're Tuesday evenings, 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Zoom, so you don't even have to go anywhere and do it from home, starting this coming Tuesday and going through December 28th. So it'll take you all the way through the Christmas season and support there. And Boots on the Ground, holiday road cleanup with Mark and Katya. And that will be on December 4th, which is this coming Saturday, 9:30 to 12:30 p.m. Meet in the UC. AM, thank you.
Yeah, it's midnight today.
That's right. Yeah. Well, it's the solstice. Okay. So we've adopted a little piece of road along Homestead, and this is a way to care for our environment and show love for it and our neighbors. You know, we get that plastic up that if we don't, it goes into the earth and it becomes little fibers and it kills the animals, or they ingest them, and then it keeps going on up the food chain until we ingest them. So if you want to join, meet in the UCP parking lot and go to the cleanup site as a group. And once again, you can register at unitychapelhill.org events and contact Mark Smith with any questions, and his contact information will be there as well. And it is time for our holiday giving tree. Debbie put up the giving tree, and I understand this Christmas tree all by herself. And the giving tree is right out there in the lobby, and we're giving gifts to Home Start kids and moms, and 5 seniors from Orange County Social Services. Now, I haven't heard of Home Start, but it's a 24-hour emergency shelter for women and families experiencing homelessness. And this is a way to buy Christmas gifts for those children. And in keeping with the Interfaith Council's belief that everyone deserves dignified and affordable housing, they provide safe temporary homes until their residents can find permanent housing and help them connect with that. So, boy, wouldn't some Christmas gifts for those children and moms mean a lot during a difficult transition time? Then 5 lower-income senior citizens of Orange County, and they are the Pink Angels. So if you want to give, what you do is you take one of those little angels off of the giving tree, and you commit to getting the gift that's on the back and wrapping it and bring it into the office. I guess you put it under the tree. And then those gifts will be distributed. If you're busy and feel like that's more than you have bandwidth for, then there's a way to go online at, again, unitychapelhill.org, fill out a form, give some money that will go into a fund to help those kids.
And Pat, if you take an angel off the tree, I think there's a sheet that you write which person you're giving it to, or you tell Debbie so that she can keep track.
Okay.
Which person that's going to go to.
Okay, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, that's how the loop works. Okay, thank you. Social media. You know, it's wonderful to be connected here on Sunday mornings, and if you need boosts during the week, you can like us on Facebook. We're interesting and informative things daily that'll show up in your feed to keep you inspired and up to date on what's happening here at UCP, Instagram, our YouTube channel, and watch our Sunday services anytime. And, you know, you can also go to UCP. The guy that had the miracle, I'm still going to go do that one. So if there's something that you really want to see, go to our events page or go to our YouTube channel and our monthly news, and you can sign up for that on the sheet in the foyer. And an announcement that is my responsibility for getting in late. I have the joy, honor, and pleasure of leading the We've Got Your Back team, which is a team that for people who in our UCP community who are temporarily in need of help, either physically compromised or situationally compromised, we give them some temporary help while they are empowering themselves to get on with their lives or finding more long-term solutions. And so that we can all take turns. We take turns having a point person to answer the calls every month. And for the month of December, it's our Susie Ewald. Raise your hand, Susie, so people see who you are. And she's on our member list. And if not, you can call the main office, and Debbie then notifies Susie. And for more long-term needs, we have the honor and pleasure of a request for rides for Alt and Jean to and from the Sunday service. They have been long-term members of our community and now are needing transportation. Do you need one for home today?
Somebody said they would put
Okay, Joy's doing it today. And there is a sign-up sheet in the back, and you can sign up, and Debbie will then contact Alt and Jean. If you're online and you want to help out, just call Debbie. She'll put you on the sign-up sheet and on the Excel spreadsheet that we're making. And you can also arrange for an Uber ride for them as well. And then we have our 3-minute miracle. What a privilege for members and non-members only. If you've got something that you want one of our trained prayer chaplains to pray with you about, what you'll do is wait in the foyer, Lorraine? Where do you want them to wait? You want to on the steps?
the side of the building.
The side of the building. Okay, Lorraine, we have the honor of having our prayer team leader of many years, Lorraine Lewis, who also teaches me a lot and inspires me a lot. And so she'll be praying with people outside. If you want, just go to the side of the building. And also, if you're online and hearing us and would like a prayer, then email, and Lorraine will get to email with your phone number and your request. And that contact information should be up on your screen, and Lorraine will give you a call when she's through praying live here. So, whoa, that's it from our wonderful community. Yeah. So let's stand and say our prayer of protection, and then sing our peace song. And the prayer of protection, again, is found on the back page of this. And for you online, should be on your PowerPoint. Here we go. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you. Yay.